What's going on, guys? Today we are looking at Alex Karaban, and he to me is one of the more underrated prospects in this year's draft, coming off of back-to-back championships with UConn and just a pure out-and-out shooter. So Alex Karaban is 6'8", 220 pounds, and he's 21 and a half years old by the time the draft takes place. And he's a forward, I would say, as a redshirt sophomore. So what does he do well? The first phrase I would use to describe Karaban is he's like a glue guy. He has an ability to just figure out what the game needs from him on that given day, whether that's his shooting, his rebounding, or his cutting ability to get to the basket. And he'll utilize that skill on any given game. And like I mentioned from the start there, he is a really good three-point shooter. He shot 38% from three on the season, but he had a really cold stretch during non-conference play. And during conference play, he actually shot much better at around like 42% from three. He finished the year at 13 points a game, 5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and he did so while keeping his turnovers low, only 0.8 turnovers per game. And he also shot 88% from the free throw line on like 1.5 attempts per game, so he's not getting to the line a ton, but when he does get there, he converts. And similarly, because of his cutting ability and a little bit underrated athleticism, I would say, not like a great athlete, but just better than you might expect, he did shoot like 63%, 64% on his 2-point attempts. So he's a guy who understands his role, and at 21 and a half years old, still has some room to the upside, but I think can come in immediately and help a team. And part of the one thing I really like about Karaban's shooting ability is even in the midst of his struggles, the guy does not hesitate, which to me says a lot about, number one, his confidence, but also most likely his work ethic, because you get that confidence from your work ethic. And Karaban clearly is a confident shooter because he's shooting them from well beyond the NBA three-point line. So that's going to be a big benefit for him coming into the NBA. Now, to the other side of the ball, his defense. He's a solid team defender. He averaged just under a steal and a block per game, and those numbers went up slightly in conference play. He's not a great one-on-one defender. He could probably get a little bit stronger. There were some plays like earlier in the season with a guy like Harrison Ingram, who I expect to be drafted in a similar spot to Karaban, was able to kind of bully him into back him down, bully him into the paint. And so Karaban does need to get a little bit stronger. That would help him. But overall, he's not a good one-on-one defender, but he is a good team defender. He understands where he needs to be, rotations, etc. And that really helps him because as a guy who's a really good shooter, sometimes those types of players that you may be able to find weaknesses on the defensive end of the court. And while he's not as I mentioned, not a great one-on-one defender, he is still a good team defender, and that will help him stay on the court at the NBA level. Now, one weakness I want to make sure I mention here is he is limited as a dribbler or driver to the basket. It's pretty much pure straight line drives. There's no wiggle. He doesn't have an ability to break down his defender one-on-one. And so for that reason, he kind of is in the mold of like a 3-and-D forward. I think he plays more as a 4 than as a 3, but I think he could play some as a 3 at the next level. And lastly, would I draft Alex Karaban? I would. I think he has enough defense that I'm really excited about his three-point shooting, and he could space the floor for some of my creators and playmakers on the team. I think he goes anywhere like late first round, early second round is my estimation. And he could be a really good fit for a lot of the teams that are still playing right now in the NBA. So like the Celtics, the Nuggets. The Nuggets aren't playing anymore, sorry. The Mavs maybe, even the Timberwolves, just trying to get some more shooting onto these veteran teams because Karaban is going to come in and be ready to play day one. So let me know what you guys think about Karaban. If If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel for more great NBA draft content and more basketball content coming this summer. See you guys next time. Peace.